resources and development. So students, let us try to understand about the resources and their development. Every available in our environment which is used to satisfy our needs are named as resources. Human beings interact with nature through technology and create institutions to accelerate their economic development. Let us know the different types of resources. On the basis of origin, some are biotic resources which are obtained from biosphere. Example, livestock. Some are abiotic resources which are composed of non-living things. Example, rocks, metals. On the basis of exhaustibility, the sources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, or mechanical processes are known to be renewable resources. Example, solar and wind energy. Non-renewable resources take millions of years in their formation and get exhausted with their use. Example, coal, fossil fuels. On the basis of ownership, individual resources are also owned privately by individuals. Example, many farmers own land allotted by government against the payment of revenue. Community-owned resources are accessible to all the members of the community. Example, public parks, picnic spots, etc. The resources which belong to the nation are named to be national resources. Building of roads, sanctuaries, canals, etc. are empowered by that nation. There are international institutions which regulate some resources. They are international resources. Example, oceanic resources can be utilized only if international institutions permit to any country. Resources which are found in region but have not been utilized are the potential resources. Example, Rajasthan have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but not at all developed properly. Developed resources are surveyed and their quality and quantity have been determined for utilization. Stock. Stock materials in the environment which have the potential to satisfy the human needs, but human beings do not have the appropriate technology to access these, are included among stock. For example, water is a compound of two inflammable gases, hydrogen and oxygen. This can be explained with the example, as we have water exhibiting hydrogen and oxygen, which are rich in energy, but we do not have technology to use it. Reserves are those which can be used with the help of existing technologies, but their use has not been started. Example, river water is used for hydroelectric power generation to a very limited extent. Let us learn about the development of the resources. It was believed that resources are free gifts of nature. Hence, human beings used them indiscriminately, and this has led to the major problems: depletion of resources, accumulation of resources in few hands, which divided the society into rich and poor. Indiscriminate exploitation of resources has led to global warming, ozone layer depletion, etc. An equitable distribution of resources has become essential for a sustained quality of life and global peace. Resource planning is essential for sustainable existence of all forms of life. As in India, there are some regions which are rich in certain types of resources but deficient in some other resources. A balanced resource planning is necessary at each level. Resource planning involves surveying, mapping, and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of resources. Planning structure with appropriate technology, skill, institutional setup for implementation of plans. Matching the resource development plans with National Development Plan. Conservation of resources. Irrational consumption and overutilization of resources may lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. To overcome these, resource conservation should be the main concern of the leaders, thinkers, etc. Let us learn about land resources. Land is an asset of a finite magnitude. Therefore, it is important to use the available land for various purposes with careful planning. Some land is of forests, some land is a wasteland, and some land is used for buildings, roads, etc. Some land is used for grazing. Some lands are uncultivated. Some are fallow lands, that is left with cultivation, that may be for 1 or less year or more than 5 years. Area sown more than once in an agriculture year plus net sown area is known as gross cropped area. The use of land is determined both by physical factors such as topography, climate, soil types, as well as population density, technological capability, and culture and traditions, etc. Most of the lands are either of poor quality or the cost of cultivation of such land is very high. Hence, such lands are cultivated once or twice in about 2 to 3 years. The pattern of net sown area varies greatly from one state to another. Forest area in the country is far lower than the desired 33% of geographical area, as it was outlined in the National Forest Policy 1952, which was essential for maintenance of the ecological balance. A part of the land is termed as wasteland, which includes rocky, arid, and desert areas. Land put to other non-agricultural uses includes settlements, roads, railways, industry, etc. Land degradation and conservation measures. Some human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, mining, and quarrying to have contributed significantly in land degradation. In states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Orissa, deforestation due to mining have caused severe land degradation. In states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, overgrazing is one of the main reasons for land degradation. In the states of Punjab, Haryana, waterlogging leading to increase in salinity and alkalinity in the soil. Grinding of limestone leads to the generation of huge amount of dust, which results in infiltration of water in the soil. Industrial effluents as waste have become a major source of land water pollution in many parts of the country. To solve the problems of land degradation, afforestation, and proper management of grazing can be helpful. Planting of shelter belts of plants, control on overgrazing, stabilization of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes are some of the methods to check land degradation. Proper management of wastelands, control of mining activities, proper discharge and disposal of industrial land degradation in industrial and suburban areas. Soil is most important renewable natural resource. Various forces of nature such as change in temperature, actions of running water, wind and glaciers, activities of decomposers, etc. contribute to the formation of soil. On the basis of the factors responsible for soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties, the soils of India can be classified in different types. That is all in this topic. Keep learning.